Everyone surviving so far. Oh, they are not. Getting hit. Places.
Look at goes forward. What a move! That's some late braking, and that's what you want to see. Multi-pressure put on the McLaren driver, but he's dealing with it like a boss.
Hello and welcome guys to the stream. Hope everyone is doing well. And I think my mic's working, there we go. Just quick mic test. So we've got some RCI pre-qualifying today, going to do a bit more. Today's Tuesday, so tomorrow we'll start preparations for the Zolder race for the round 5, I think it is. Yeah, round 5 of the SimZone Championship. So we'll start preparation for that tomorrow. It's going to be wet track at Zolder, so that'll be interesting. So we'll see how we get on with that. So I just loaded up the setup. Let's just jump straight into it. Three-hour session. Probably do an hour and a half. See how we get on. I did a bit more last night. Didn't get a chance to stream, but I did a bit more pre-quali yesterday, and I was doing a 140.8 consistently. So that's good. Still want to find at least 3 or 4 tenths over that, and then we just need to get it consistent. But yesterday the lap times were definitely a lot better, so we just need to find a little bit more pace and then just get it a lot more consistent. So we've got about 6 laps of fuel in the car. So it's 5 lap stints, but they don't have to be consecutive. It's just 5 laps before you go back to the garage. So if I put 6 litres of fuel in, then I can validate 1 lap and still be alright. But yeah, first one's usually the slowest, because I think the tyres still aren't up to pressure on the first flying lap, but after that the pace comes down quite a bit. So let's just see what we can do here. Yesterday, since yesterday anyway, I've been trying not to use that curb at turn 1, and it seems a little bit quicker. That was slow there. But yeah, not using the curb on turn 1 seems to be a little bit quicker. Just able to get the power down a little bit earlier. Seems to take the first curb line, it's just a bit slower. That was close to being invalid. Hairpin wasn't too bad there, kept messing that up. Was it Sunday or Saturday, whenever it was that we were streaming? Kept messing up that hairpin, but that was a lot better. That was a bit slidey there. Okay, so this won't be a fast lap, but at least it was valid. Yeah, this isn't even going to be 41.2, so quite slow. Right, so first corner, just trying not to use too much curb at turn 1. Because like there, if you don't use the curb, you seem to be able to get on the power a lot earlier. Because the car is nice and stable on the exit. Whereas if you use the curb, you kind of got to wait for the car to settle before you can put the power down. And that left-hander there was pretty rubbish. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Could have been a bit quicker, but that was fine. Bit of understeer here on last lap. And this is even worse. Actually, alright on the delta, didn't lose that much, but lost a little bit on the entry, I think. A little bit of a slide. And hairpin wasn't too bad, a little bit of a slow exit I think though. But still a 10th up on the delta. We lost a bit of time on that right hander last lap. Yeah, quite a bit of time in there. About 3/10 up on that lap, 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 after that exit. My potential is a 140.999. That is about 4 or 5 tenths off what the potential was yesterday. It's quite a bit of time in the lap. Oh, still valid, but very, very slow. Just lost it on the braking there again. And invalid. Pushed a bit too hard there for turn 4. Tried just to get the power down a bit earlier, but didn't quite have the rotation. Still got another 3 laps of fuel left, so we'll do another 3 laps. Then we'll put some new tyres on and we'll go again. Like I say, we're aiming to do a stint of like the 140.5s basically. That's the aim. Because like I say, yesterday I was doing like 0.8s consistently. And then I had the potential for a 0.5. But I really need to be doing a 0.5 consistently to have good pace here. But I won't be doing any more pre-quali until this weekend. After today I'll maybe do a bit of setup building for the actual endurance race, so I kind of want to get most of it done today, try and get a decent stint, and then I can focus on the actual 6-hour race and building the setup for that instead of the pre-quali. I can get like a 140.5 stint, then I think that will be good enough for top split, I think, but I'll have no idea. We'll just have to see what everyone else does. There's no BOP as well with the 6-hour series, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of lap times everyone does. And since there's no BOP, I'm expecting the Porsches to be the quickest at Kailami, but we'll have to wait and see. It's annoying there. I had quite a bit of delta in the first sector, and then kind of messed it up in the second sector. It was like 2 tenths up there. That wasn't too bad an exit out the right hander. Got 2 laps of fuel left, then we'll put the first set of tyres on. So like I say, yesterday I was doing like 140.8s consistently. So basically just want to improve on that and try get it down to like a 0.5 consistently, because I had a potential 0.5 yesterday but I couldn't do it consistently, so I really need to work on finding that a little bit more pace and then being consistent with it. bit too much curbing there. Oh, that's gonna cost us on the exit. Gained a little bit of time in the hairpin. And that right hander as well, just a little bit. Half a tenth or so. Oh, touched the grass. I got 0.6 seconds of front aero damage there, just skimmed the wall. I thought I had got it fine there, but I just touched the grass. Oh, that's annoying. Just the back wheel, just over by like a couple inches onto the grass. Yeah, look. Tiniest bit of front damage there. But yeah, I think there it's just I've lost the rear. Actually, the acceleration point doesn't seem too bad. It looks like I should be able to make the corner. So I'm not sure if I just put the power on before it had settled from hitting the inside curb. Because I just go a bit too wide and touch the grass. It's only a tiny bit of grass, but it's enough to spin you. But yeah. So again there, that was on for like 0.8s, but we really need to be 0.5s consistently. We've got the next round of the we've got the next Logitech G Challenge race next week, because as some of you may know already, we were in Logitech G Challenge Split 3 because I wasn't available for the first two splits, and I got disqualified. Well, I got a penalty, a time penalty that resulted in me being disqualified from the race because it put me outside the top 10, so I didn't go through. So it basically disqualified me from continuing on in the championship, which was a bit annoying because someone had punted me the race before, and I was like, well, I'm still in the top, I still finished in the top 10 that race, so like, why report it? As long as I'm in the top 10, that's all that matters, because I get through to the next round. And then Brandsatch coming into the first corner, it was the GT4 cars, guy in front, similar braking point to me, we were about the same pace, and he seemed to just miss his apex a bit, so he held his brakes a bit longer than I expected him to. I held my brakes from my braking point all the way up to touching the back of him, but because he got bumped wide, even though he finished in the top 10, I finished in the top 10, he reported it, I got a 5-second time penalty, and that put me outside the top 10, which was a bit annoying to say the least. But there is the last chance split, so we've got like I say, round 1. Wait, round 1 is Tuesday next week. Sorry, I just had a mental blank moment there. Round 1 of the last chance split is Tuesday next week. Then race 2 will be on, when will it be? It'll be on Saturday next week. Round 3 will be on Tuesday the week after. Then round 4, no sorry, then the finals for the last chance split will be on the next Saturday, because for the last chance split, to make it a bit shorter, they have the first two rounds on the same week, and then they only have a third round. All the other splits have had 4 rounds and then your finals, whereas this one it's 3 rounds and then the finals. So I think we definitely have a chance of getting to the finals, but I'm not sure if we'll get to the grand finals. That there's a very low chance of getting to grand finals. I think we'll make it up through all the 3 rounds, unless we get taken out or I take out someone and get a penalty. If we make it through the first 3 rounds, I think we should be able to do that with our pace that we had in the last split, because we had decent pace. Quite enjoyed driving the McLaren. So if we can do that again, we should get through the first 3 rounds and get to the finals race. It's whether or not we finish in the top 4 of that finals race and go to the grand finals, which is where all the prize money is. I have absolutely no idea, because I have no idea who's going to be racing. If like Luke Whitehead or George Boothby, those types of guys are racing, then I've got a very low chance of finishing in the top 4. Whereas if there isn't that many people, many quick drivers doing the last chance split, then maybe we'll have a chance, but we'll just have to wait and see. Anything can happen in the race. But definitely looking forward to it. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I think, if I remember correctly, if we do get to the finals is the same day as the first round of RCI, so we'll basically have 2 races on the same day. So we'll probably have to do like 2 stints of this race, the 6-hour race, and then we'll have to go and do the Logitech race, and then we'll have to come back to finish this race. I think, if I remember correctly, the Logitech race starts... Oh, that was a bit understeer. Wasn't a good lap anyway. If I remember correctly, the Logitech race doesn't start until about 8 o'clock at night. So there's a very high chance it's only going to be like the last hour of the race, or of this race, that I'm going to miss. In which case someone else will just be driving for the end. Because there's 4 of us, so we won't be short-staffed. But Luciano is also racing in the RCI race, and he'll also be racing with me in Logitech G Challenge. So if he also gets to the finals race, we'll have to leave our other 2 teammates to finish the endurance race whilst we do the Logitech race. So that'll be fun. 2 races on the same day. Jardier does stuff like that. He'll be doing 2 endurance races at the same time, and they're at different tracks as well. It's just incredible. There was one weekend he did a week or 2 ago, and he did like I think he said 31 hours of racing. Like, he did 3 different endurance races and the total was 31 hours. And he drove in all of them. I'm not sure how much he actually drove, but it was 31 hours of races. It would be quite fun to do that, but I don't know how well you would be able to prepare, especially if there are different cars or different tracks. It's hard to prepare for 3 different races and jump between them. It would be quite fun, but I just don't think I would have very good results. But it would be fun to try it for one weekend, just do like 2 or 3 endurance races on the same weekend. No sleep. Right, we really need to push and get some good lap times together now. How's everyone doing in the chat today? Anyone been up to much today? I just got back from work like an hour ago. I was doing some painting and stripping some wallpaper. There was I used like a steamer thing, so it wasn't actually that difficult. And I was just painting like a shed thing as well, so it wasn't too difficult. But I would have streamed earlier today if it wasn't for that. Oh, a bit too much curve there. We'll split it with delta. Understeered.
He's trying to stay on the track.
About neck and neck on the delta, but really want to be like half a tenth up. Yeah, half a second up, I mean. Trying to get down to the 140.5s. Not on a single lap, try and get them actually consistent so we can actually do a stint. That's another 41.0. Need to start bringing the sector times down, because there's quite a bit of time, especially in the first sector. There's like 2 tenths, but I think there's at least a tenth and a half in the final sector as well. Oh, bit of a slide there. It's nearly 2 tenths up going into there, but just messed up my braking. Still just under a tenth up at least. And lost a bit of time there. Got a good exit though, so got some of the delta back. Just lost a bit on the entry. Try to get a good exit out this hairpin. Gained maybe half a tenth in the hairpin there. Not too bad. That was rubbish. And a bit of oversteer there as well to top it off. Not a bit of good lap there. Found a bit of time in the sectors, just really messed up that final one, because that brought the potential down a bit. Still got to find like 3 tenths, so because I really would like to get the potential down to a 0.5 and then try to get it consistent. Oh, understeered it. Tried to save that and I failed right at the end. Right, let's go again. Fresh set of tyres. See what kind of lap times we can do. Oh, that was understeered. Clipped it at the inside curb, just messed that up completely there. Oh, kicked it completely there. That Aston's going a bit quicker now. He was like, I think a second off at the start of the session. He's only like a tenth off now, not even a tenth. Right, let's try at least get to the 0.8s consistently like we were yesterday. And then we can try and find that 0.3 of a second. I don't know if there's one particular corner I'm losing a lot of time, or if it's just everywhere that I'm losing just little bits of time here and there. That was not great first corner. Bit slow. Is our first long lap though, so the tyres aren't quite up to pressure. Left-hander was alright, 10th up. That was much better. That right-hander. It's probably the best I've taken it all session. That left-hander a little bit slow. There we go. Not too bad. Not perfect. Actually gained a good chunk of time there. It's annoying I messed up the first corner because we're 2.5 tenths up right now. Ah, rubbish exit. Still, that brings the potential down to a 0.6. So if we can get it down to a 0.5 and then do it consistently, that would be quite good. Yeah, there we go. Like I say, there's like nearly a tenth in the first corner. I messed up the exit there again though. It's quite a bit of time in that first corner. Oh, this was a rubbish first sector there. Messed up the left-hander too. Gonna struggle to replicate that turn 4. Not a great lap so far. So a little bit of time in that right-hander. Right, let's go again. That was a green final sector on that lap. So definitely a bit of time between the final sector and the first corner. There we go, 2 tenths. In the first corner, that's going to bring the potential down to a 0.5, maybe even a 0.4 if we get this lap together. That was a rubbish exit. Rubbish. Still 10th up, but messed up turn 3 and 4. That wasn't a good exit at all there. Very, very slow. I think this lap will bring the potential down. It's just I just did not get the lap together at all. See what the potential is after this lap. We are actually going to improve, just nowhere near as much as we could have. Only a 10th improvement. So that does bring the potential down to a 0.5, so we just need to get a lot more consistent there. Found the bit of pace that I wanted to find, so we were 0.5. Just need to get it consistent, because it's 5 laps stint we need to do, not a single qualifying lap or hot lap. If it was a hot lap it would be fantastic. So we just absolutely send it for 1 lap. But because it's pre-quali for an endurance championship, it makes sense to do stints, because for pre-quali... Oh, I've binned it. That was a stupid mistake by me. Too wide. Pushed a little bit too hard. Touched the grass immediately into the wall. Yeah, let's have a look. He's actually quicker than me in the first sector there. That Assetto. So yeah, that lap, that 0.6, there what we set purple first and final sector. It's just that middle sector that I lost a 10th, which is kind of annoying to be honest. And that 31.05, we still lost a bit of time on the left-hander, so a 0.5, maybe a 0.4 is doable. But to do a 5 lap stint, I just need to be a lot more consistent, because I need to do 5 laps. They don't have to be consecutive, they just need to be 5 laps that are valid before I go back into the garage. So I could do 6 laps, one of them being valid, and it's fine, it still counts. But yeah. Lead Dog, how are you doing, mate? Thanks for tuning into the stream, hope you're doing well. It's good to see how far you've come. Thanks a lot, mate. Long time no see, how are you doing? Right, let's see what we can do. If we can actually get some consistency now. We could do a 0.5 or a point. If we could do a few 0.5s and a few 0.6s in a stint, then the actual average lap time, which is what we're trying to get, could be like a high 0.5 or something. So just see what I can do. If I can get consistent, that's all I really want, is just some consistency here. Yeah man, it's been good. Been busy with work, so I've not been playing any sim games at all. Good to hear it's been good though. Yeah, sometimes work gets in the way. Over summer I get a lot more work during the day, and you do just seem to run out of time. But yeah, well, do you think you'll get back to any sim racing soon, or Or do you think you'll be too busy for the next wee while? What is it that you do for work, Lead Dog, if you don't mind me asking? Can't remember. You maybe said already. I forgot. If you did, I apologise. Oh, that was a bit slidey. That was not a great exit. Not a good way to start a stint. Neck and neck on the delta though, so don't lose too much straight line speed. Oh, touched the grass. Surprised that's still valid actually. Good exit out of turn 4 though. Bad exit out of turn 5. Came off the brakes a bit too quick. Going down the hill there, just didn't trail brake enough. Unsettled the car completely. Yeah, this is a rubbish lap. Yeah, 14th down, this is not a great lap. I'm a pilot, so there's not always time to play. We were always on standby. But I'm glad to see you are practicing my home track. It's a real difficult track, IRL. A pilot, nice. I didn't know that. What planes do you fly? Assuming that's the type of pilot you mean. And yeah, Kailami, to be honest, I really like Kailami. It's a good challenge. It's a really good track for racing, endurance racing as well, because you've got so many overtaking opportunities, yet there's a few corners where you have to just follow the car in front and kind of wait for an error. So it's actually a really nice track for not only hot lapping, but also for actual racing. Did an endurance race a good few months ago now with Luciano in the BMW here, and it was really nice because we had all the different overtaking opportunities, and you could manage the tyres as well. The tyre wear isn't massive here like at Silverstone, so it allowed you to actually not have such a big pace drop off, so you could be actually just pushing the car for a lot longer in the race instead of having to worry about the tyres so much. Oh, that was a bad exit. Potential still 0.5. Didn't improve on the potential. Just need to be a bit more consistent. That was a rubbish exit out of turn 1. Oh, a bit wide. It's a fun track, but patience is key. Although we do not have a lot of races here, as this track is not A grade, but we do at least have the DTM races and a few endurance races. Ah, right. So it's not an A grade track. Why is that then? Oh, that was a bit turned into early there. Wonder what makes it that it isn't an A grade track. But yeah, definitely patience is key for overtakes and stuff here. It's better just to wait a little bit to send it. But yeah, DTM is quite good to watch. DTM races are quite good. Virtual and real. DTM are always entertaining. That was a rubbish exit again out of Sector 1. Why is my frame rate dropping? It's getting like 40 FPS going around there. That's weird. Not a bad exit. It's like a tenth in that hairpin there. Maybe just over a tenth. Just in the hairpin alone. That was actually a green middle sector there, so I wonder how much that's going to bring the potential down. That was a rubbish exit. Just a bit too aggressive on the throttle. Pinned it on the brakes there completely. Would be amazing to see something like F1 cars or something at Kailani. Have you driven this track yourself, Lead Dog, in real life? It looks like a great track to drive in real life. Oh, I binned it. Just turned in a bit too harshly there. Came off the brakes wrong. Just didn't come off the brakes very smoothly. Potential's down just slightly, still 0.5, but just a little bit lower. The track's runoff areas are not up to the standards of some race series, meaning they are too short and need more gravel runoffs. Okay. It's surprising, to be honest, because like you've got other tracks that have short runoffs and they're fine. But yeah, that's interesting. It'll be interesting to see if they update it so that more race series can drive here, because it's a fantastic track for just racing in general. It's a really good track. I've been around it with someone else driving. Oh, nice. I'm hoping that like this year or next, depending on how my work in that goes, that I can start some sort of karting or other racing, because I've got my driving test for in, let me think, 8 days, so just over a week, and then I have my driving test. I don't have a car yet, I am looking for one. Hopefully get one either end of this month or start of next month. I'm just looking to see if I can get a decent car. If I can find one with a good deal on it, then I'll buy it before I pass my test. But I'm also trying to be a bit patient as well to make sure I get a decent car. But yeah, I did my theory test back in November, just after I turned 17, and then I booked my practical test, and February 22nd was like the closest date I could get. It was a 4-month waiting list. But yeah, so if I pass my test on the 22nd and start doing some karting or that, I will definitely be doing some like go-kart racing videos and stuff like that, because that would be really fun, because I've always wanted to do karting and that, but a lot of the tracks are quite far away, so I'm hoping that I can go to like Larkhill and stuff like that and do their rental championship or something like that. That would be really nice. I don't really understand it, but they are working to get F1 to race here. So someone at Porsche owns the track and he is trying to improve the track, but it's a lot of work. That would be amazing if F1 raced here. But I'm heading out now. South Africa is a bit dumb and our power is going off in about 10 minutes, but have fun. Oh, no worries. Thanks a lot for stopping by, Lee Dog. I know a few others that said they've been struggling with power in Africa as well. But yeah, no problem at all. Thanks for stopping by. Take care, mate. And hopefully catch up again soon. So our potential still a 140.5, and our best lap is a 140.622. So ideally we need to be doing 0.5s or 0.6s consistently, and I think that would be the decent pace. I would hope that would be enough for top split, but we'll see. Because it's the average of 5 laps, right? So I get an average lap time from my 5 lap times, but then my average lap time is then all the 4 drivers of the team all have to do it, so they all have to do 5 laps and get an average lap time. So then it's an average lap time of the 4 drivers. So basically the average lap time for pre-qualifying is basically an average of 20 laps by 4 different drivers. So we've all got to be as consistent as we can be. So like even if I get a 0.6 average or a 0.7 average, we all kind of need to be doing this similar pace to make sure we have a good average lap time to get us into the top split. But because it's not till... oh, that was terrible. Because it's not till March 3rd, I think, the 3rd of March that pre-quali finishes, a lot of teams haven't done them, done the pre-qualifying. So it's kind of hard to see what we need to do lap time wise to get into the top split, because it could be that a mid or a high 140 average lap time is good enough to get us into top split, or we might need to go even quicker to get into top split. I have absolutely no idea, but sometimes some teams don't actually do pre-quali till like the final week, so it's kind of hard to tell what pace we'll need. But I'll be happy if I can get a 0.6 average lap, a few 0.5s and a few 0.6s over the course of a stint. I'd be happy with that. Okay, first sector, about neck and neck with the Delta, maybe a few thousandths down. Much better exit out of turn 4 there, but lost a bit on the entry, so still was neck and neck on the Delta, lost a bit on the left hander there, about 5 thousandths down. Try gain a bit on the exit here, so about, not thousand, sorry, 500ths down. Try get this hairpin better so we can gain that tenth. Just like I said on the other lap, there was about a tenth in that hairpin, but I just did not get it right there at all. Lost a bit, lost 2 tenths in that middle sector there, which is not good. Oh, that was too deep. Too deep on the brakes. Bit too late there. Still a little bit too late on the brakes. Not by much, but still a bit too late. Okay, first corner wasn't great, but that left-hander turn 3 was better. Try see if we can get this turn 4 right. Oh, clipped the inside curve a little bit there, neck and neck on the Delta. Too much curve on the inside there. Yeah, 10th down. Two tenths. Pain. Rubbish lap so far. Final sector wasn't too bad, but the first two were just a bit rubbish. Yeah, that final sector was only 5 thousandths slower than our best, but the first two sectors were not great at all. Okay. That was good. Good first sector. Oh, that was wide. Come on, come on, come on. No, wide.
He's trying to stay on the track.
Oh, invalid. We've, I think we did 2 invalid laps already, so no point staying out. Oh well. Yeah, we already had that invalid lap, so it wouldn't have counted. What we doing sector-wise? Yeah. So our best lap so far was that .622, and that has both our best first and final sector. It's just the middle sector where we've just under a tenth of a second in the first sector. So our potential is a 140.534. So the potential isn't too bad. We need more consistency basically. that's the biggest issue, is the consistency. So need to do a bit more work on that. I'm gonna shoot off now because I have got my tea now. My tea is ready, so I'm just gonna shoot off. But yeah, we did about an hour there. Found the pace. Like I said, I wanted to get down to 0.5 potential. We did that. We got our potential down to 0.5. Nearly got a 0.5 valid a few times there. But there again, like we were, even just in the delta, there's definitely time. Not only in the sector times, but also in the delta. Because that's saying that our best first sector was a 31.52. Whereas we had about a tenth of a second in that first sector. On that last lap we did there, we gained almost a tenth in the first sector, so there's definitely a 0.5, maybe even a 0.4 if we really got the lap together. But the main thing is just to get the consistency. So I think I'm just gonna shoot off now. I'll do a bit more tonight. But probably off stream. I've got some, there is a Zolder track guide going live hopefully tonight. I need to edit the thumbnail for that, and I'll get that live. I've also got to set up some stuff for the YouTube streams. I figured out how to get a thumbnail, because I originally was streaming just to Twitch, so I didn't really need the thumbnails for the streams, only for the YouTube videos. Whereas now that I'm live streaming to YouTube, I wanted to get some thumbnails just so it looked a bit better. But I wasn't really sure how to do it, because I'm not streaming to YouTube through Streamlabs OBS. Basically how I'm streaming is I'm streaming from Streamlabs OBS to Restream, and then Restream is streaming to YouTube and Twitch. So I wasn't really sure how to create an event and everything on YouTube when I'm streaming through the Restream thing. But I think I figured out how to do it. So I'm going to try that. I'll do a test one. Probably, what day's tomorrow? Wednesday. I'll probably try and do a test stream tomorrow. I am working tomorrow, but I hopefully like maybe like 8:30 or something at night, I might be able to get a stream done. So we can test that events thing and see if that works for the YouTube. I'm not really sure how it will work on Twitch, but it should work on YouTube. But I'm going to set that all up tonight so it's ready to go. But yeah, as always guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you again next time.